Did the Buddha say this or not? Is this correct or fake? I give you some time to think. So now is the time to take out your phone or your laptop, the second device, and key in the answer, A or B. And then you just wait a little bit, and in a moment, we will show the results. So you don't see the results straight away, but then when I give the okay, we will move forward together. Yeah, you can see the answers coming in, very good. Give you a little bit more time because it's the first question. Happiness is not about having a lot. Happiness is about giving a lot. Sounds good. But the question is it from the Buddha? Okay, give you a few more seconds. Not much longer. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let us see how you have voted. Before we see the results, let us see the voting results. 59% have answered, this is really from the Buddha. The Buddha said this. But 41% have decided, no, maybe not from the Buddha. Oh, so half almost. So not everybody will be correct with this answer. So let us see what is the correct answer. Was it from the Buddha or not? Correct answer is answer B. It's not from the Buddha. Sorry. In fact, this quote is often found on products like cards or even cases of iPhones or T-shirts. And often with the quote, the Buddha. And there is one verse where the Buddha says something a little bit similar, but not the same. The closest you can find in the Buddhist scriptures is this quote. What has been given bears fruit as pleasure. So what has been given results in pleasure. What isn't given does not. Thieves take it away, or kings. It gets burned by fire or lost. So here we see a little bit, yes, the result of giving is pleasure, well-being, and one can feel well and good about being generous. But it's not quite the same as the quote we had at the beginning. Happiness is not having a lot. Happiness is about giving a lot. And also there's another verse, that a very famous one, which is said to have been uttered by the Buddha himself when he talked about the benefits of giving food. And this is a real quote. The Buddha says, the prudent person giving life, strength, beauty, and quick-wittedness. The wise person, a giver of happiness, attains happiness himself. So this quote relates to a person who is generous, supports others, can be the Sangha, but also each other, and the person gets life, long life, strength, beauty, and happiness in return as the karmic result. But neither of these quotes say that happiness is not having a lot, it's about giving a lot. There's more, a quote actually from Jackson Brown, who wrote a life little instruction book. And this is where this quote might actually come from. He says that remember that the happiest people are not those getting more, but those giving more. But the sentiment of the quote, which is more or less another way of saying it's better to give than to receive, it's quite common. I do remember also, it's called anusati, a reflection or a recollection, that the Buddha often encourages the monks or also lay practitioners. For example, after having done a virtuous deed or a wholesome deed or an act of generosity, you can think back about that and reflect about it. And you can actually rejoice in their own wholesome action. And it's a good reason to be happy about. So a sense of gladness arises, pamocca in body. And from this pamocca can come piti, rapture, and tranquility, and happiness, and concentration. So there's a sequence that starts with reflecting on one's own generosity. And that can lead to happiness, gladness, and even concentration. So yes, we have this principle also in the Buddha's teaching, but the quote itself was not from the Buddha. And just to linger a little bit on this last point, this practice of recollecting your good deeds is also a very nice way to start the meditation. The first few minutes, okay, you sit down, and then you recollect the good deeds you have done. And in this way, the mind gets in a very calm and happy and joyful state. And a sense of well-being arises from within. And then you direct the mind to your meditation object. It can be the breath, or loving kindness, whatever it is. And the mind is already cheerful, happy, and it's much easier, much nicer to attain samadhi or even wisdom compared to just sitting down and straight going into it. So happiness is very important. It's a precursor for samadhi, the Buddha says in Anguttara Nikaya. Okay, so this was the first question. That was the easy one, you know. From now it's only going to be more and more difficult. Now let's see.